River, which we swim in, canoe upon, and spend quiet time there if we want. And we have a place like this up in the woods on a hill that is being developed by many people. I think, however, that the greatest blessing that we have here in our village are the people. People who volunteer to make something like this happen. People like Karen, people like Dan, people like all the members on the board for this Arboretum. They're all of them are here. I will introduce them too. But the hardworking people who are willing to give their time and their efforts to the community. It's an important thing for a community success. Senator Leibel is a 4-term senator for us, and is elected by a majority that few people enjoy. He's popular in all his districts, but today we are honoring him to a certain extent for the contribution he has made to our district. The money the grant of money that we have for this project, our boardwalk, these requests cross his desk by the hundreds, perhaps thousands, every year. He and his able staff have to go over these requests and figure on their merits. Fortunately for us, they felt that this was one that deserved the merit of a grant. And as Karen said, we'd be not as far along as we are without that grant. It was a substantial grant for us. The senator is the man responsible for us getting it, and we are pleased to have him here today with us. I would like now to introduce to you Senator Vincent L. Leibel.
To our honoree and his family, we can only say thank you, thank you, thank you. Because this is really an incredible project. How really blessed for all of us on a beautiful day like this to be out here and to recognize that we've all played a part in saving this beautiful piece of our environment, and that decades and decades and centuries from now, hopefully, this will be here and preserved just the way it is, and for all to enjoy. So I'm very fortunate that I've had the honor and the opportunity to represent this community, and in a small way to play a part in this. And I want to also acknowledge too Ray McGuire from our Senate staff, who does a great job, because there's Ray, because he actually knows where the money's hidden in all of it. He's critical to me. So we say thank you to all of you for all your good efforts, and to our honoree.
Thank you.
As you know from reading the newsletter, one of the high points of this project is that it's accessible to persons with handicaps of all varieties, which I think makes it unique, and it's a wonderful thing that Dan suggested, because a lot of times people don't get out to see the great outdoors if they have a handicap, and this makes it possible. I like to think, going back to what Don said, that this project of the many thousands that crosses the senator's desk caught his eye, because I once found him in the municipal building looking for a back elevator. He had an injury himself, he was in a cast, and our very brief conversation was the silver lining of that cloud was it gave him some insight, however briefly, in what it's like to be handicapped. So,
Linda's helping me today.
And to our formerly handicapped senator, I would like to say thank you again.
True story.
When Norma does get up to unveil the plaque, I think most of the people here will see their names or their relatives' names or their friends' names, everyone who made this possible. The only name that's missing is Frank Puglisi, the mason who attached this, and unfortunately he was too late to get his name on the plaque. No relation. So, no relation. Is he here? So, I didn't see him, but if you are here, thank you so much for helping us, and next project we will see you get on. Norma, will you do the honors?
Okay, here we go.
I
was involved with this thing from a long time before it was being proposed, when it was still owned by Sam Robert, who was the CEO of Fabergé Perfume and was the builder of the Holland Hospital. And a friend of mine, George Price, and myself got Sam Robert to donate land, including this land, which he was donating to the village. How come the village turned it down at that time? It was a different story, which is not appropriate to tell now. When the members of the board, the Portland Conservation Association was given the land then by Sam Robert. And when I was on the board of the Portland Conservation Association, starting with Rick Herbeck, to whom we owe a lot of thanks, to help expedite the process of making sure that we got this land, because it could have easily gone by the board and become open land instead of being no development of parkland. So Rick Herbeck helped with that, as did the village board, and once we accomplished that, the rest of it was good. But if we didn't have the opportunity to declare this open land as parkland in the first place, there was a development to here, which the developer would like, I suppose. And maybe it's a good thing in a lot of ways, but I'm happy with what we now have. And I'm supposed to thank who? Karen?
Yes.
And John?
And the committee.
And Dr. Bell? And who else?
And the whole committee that worked on the project.
Thank you all so much. Now what we're going to do next is go down to the end of the trail. Dan is going to cut the official ribbon, although many of us have been on the boardwalk many times. This is the first time it will be official. We'll walk to the end, to the gazebo, and then DJ Dave will dedicate the gazebo, and we will all enjoy the rest of the day in this beautiful weather. He's going to lead us forth like the prophets of old.
Yes. Go ahead.
Cut the ribbon. Let us in, Dan. Let us into the wetlands.
However, you can't get to wetlands unless I cut the ribbon.
Right. Okay, give it a cut.
Here, here, here.
Go.
Gotta stay out of the house.
My name's Dave Davidson. I'm the Vice President of the Arboretum, board member. I'm welcoming you right now to the Karen Jescavage-Bernard Gazebo. If you've passed through, you'll see that there's a plaque in the middle, and it's inscribed "Sine qua non," without whom this would not be. Truer words were never written nor spoken when it comes to Karen and the Arboretum. I think if you look up stewardship in the dictionary, you'll find Karen's picture. And literally, she's the visionary behind this, but also a planner, a planter, a mover of stones. As magnificent as this whole facility is, I can't look in a direction and see something that Karen physically has not touched in some way and made better. Right. She is omnipresent, and everywhere you look in this wonderful wetland preserve, you will feel Karen's spirit. And in my case, I usually see Karen on days that are far less sunny than this. You'll find Karen out here pulling phragmites out of the stream, moving this, moving that. I think that the only things that I think she hasn't done are things that were too heavy for her to move herself, and I had to call in some reinforcements. She won't remember this, but on one of those very gloomy, rainy days, I brought my greyhound down here for a walk, and I looked one way and I looked the other way, and I said, "You know what, Carl? You're going off the leash." And I unhooked him, and you could count to 3, and I heard a voice. a hidden voice saying, "Sir, would you mind please putting your dog back?" And that was my first contact with Karen Bernard. Needless to know Karen is to know someone of the calmest demeanor, but she's a fighter, and this is something that's very good and very worth fighting for. Nobody knows that better than Karen. I think her victories have been many, and when you look around here, you'll see the crowning one there. I think on a bad day when you have to fight for something great like this, perhaps you might feel like you've been walked on. As we look at this, I think we're going to have to redefine that for Karen, but I invite you all, if you haven't seen it, to come and enjoy this dedication. We are honored and really thrilled to be in your presence, and when all of you come to this Arboretum and enjoy this, I hope that you'll think about Karen, think about her contribution, and her real definition of the concept of stewardship. Karen, you are.
Somebody will be giving the happy tour. For those people who are politically inclined, I will be giving the Millennium Pipeline tour.
Known, without whom this would not be. I think we want to thank Anton Wilson. Without him, the plaque would not be.
Right.
It's right here.
Anton is our only official handicap representative today.
Yes. Our ensemble is going to play now. We invite you to stay around here and enjoy the music as well.
This is the Croton Harmony, and they're going to play Renaissance Suite.
What are you going to play?
Renaissance Suite.